Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
We're going to do a little entertainment news. What's the latest on the space haters?
So, I think, and I was actually talking to a couple friends just last night, I think the all-women Blue Origin crew that was sent to space, or somewhat space, completely backfired, because I haven't heard a whole lot of positive things about it at all. Like, people are like, it's kind of privilege that you would go up and then try to pretend like it's changing the world when it's really not. And
have you heard the conspiracy theories yet?
which ones? I've heard a couple.
That they weren't really in zero gravity, that they just faked all that. That's why you didn't see it during
Well,
the
yeah, there was a lot of things where they're like, where's their actual protective gear? Like, if they were going Mach 3, which is allegedly the speed, like, they would need some kind of protective gear, helmets, and they come out and their hair's all like perfect and whatever. But in any case, there's a lot of, I guess, like Rich said, there's a lot of people who are skeptical, and there were a lot of people who were not happy with it. And Gayle King has something to say to all those people.
Some of them are people I know and like, so I'm a little surprised. I say, you should go to Blue Origin and see what they're doing. I was one of those people in the beginning, too. Space, why are we spending money on space when we have so much to do here? Space exploration is not an either or, it's a both and. And so once you educate yourself and you see that, I really resent that people are calling it a ride. We duplicated the trajectory of Alan Shepard's flight back in the day. No one called that a ride. A ride sounds frivolous. It sounds insignificant. This was a bona fide flight. I don't like people trying to minimalize what was done there.
And that isn't really the only complaint. I know Emily Ratajkowski, she actually slammed the whole mission, saying this space mission this morning is like basically a load of you know what. She's like saying that you care about Mother Earth and it's about Mother Earth and you're going up into a spaceship that's built and paid for by a company that's single-handedly destroying the planet.
Oh, please.
Look at the state of the world, blah, blah, blah. And she went on to be like,
Both
I'm disgusted.
Both of them are bothering me.
Yeah.
First of all, let's all this big space stuff. Let's talk to Emily Ratajkowski and see what she has to say about it.
You know, it seems like people are like, well, you didn't spend this much time talking about the astronauts that were stuck up there for, the better part of a year and a half coming home. You gave more attention to this. I see people complaining about that.
I also see people complaining that they called them astronauts and they were not astronauts.
Passengers. But I don't see the big deal either way. I think it's fun they did it. I think the reason
I think it's fun they did it too, but I think they tried to make it into something more, and that's what people have an issue
They're
with.
getting so much press because it's Katy Perry, Gayle King, and Jeff Bezos' girlfriend, or fiance.
Yeah.
Like, that's why. I mean, if it was Katy Perry stuck in space and they had to go get her 9 months later, they'd get national news. Like, it's a fun thing. It's okay. But I just can't believe it's turning into this huge thing. It's so stupid. I mean, but I wouldn't do it. Now, I do think it was real, by the way. I don't think it was fake. You know what I mean? Do you think it was fake? Why would they spend all? Why would they? I just can't.
I really don't know, but it's a little weird.
It's a little weird.
Yeah.
Okay, what about the Star Wars guy? Because I question the way this is written out in front of me. It could be two ways.
Okay.
So I'm curious the real way.
Okay, so John Jay, you watched Narcos, right?
Oh yeah, I love Narcos.
Okay, so you know Diego Luna. He actually was in Narcos, and he's also in the Disney Plus series Andor, which is a Star Wars.
Right.
Now he actually got to keep one of the pieces from Star Wars. Is like one of the blasters from the set.
Cool.
And he made a big mistake with it.
I went to the airport and I said, I'm going to take it with me because if I send it down, I was stopped in security in Heathrow and the guys unwrapped the thing and they were like, oh, what is that? Really? And I was trying to grab it to say, no, it's just a prop. And everyone, no, don't touch it. And one guy recognizes me, but from Narcos, not from Star Wars.
Well, I was going to say, the way you wrote it, you go, Diego Luna was stopped at the airport for having a weapon from Star Wars, which is exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Then I thought maybe you said it wrong, and it should be Diego Luna from Star Wars was stopped at the airport for having a weapon. Do you know what I mean? It's not, I thought it was...
He was stopped because he had a blaster and they thought it was a real weapon.
What's going on with It Ends With Us? By the way, there's a documentary on Max about the whole Justin Baldoni freaking Blake Lively thing, which is so compelling. It's an hour long, and it seemed like it was 5 minutes long. I
Yeah.
went through it real quick.
So I think when this whole thing came out, we were like, don't you think we would hear from some of the crew members? And now some of the crew members are talking. One specifically was in an interview like in Australia, and she was asked about the whole thing, and she was definitely Team Justin.
Him genuinely pitching that he was doing this film to help young women. I just find it hard to believe the allegations, to be honest.
As a woman yourself, did you ever feel uncomfortable at all in your dealings with Justin?
No, not at all. I would say I felt more comfortable being around Justin than a lot of film directors in my experience. I feel like maybe Blake smelled his kindness, mistook it for weakness, and tried to take advantage and take power. So, yeah.
That's a hard charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think Blake Lively has left a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth.
She has. And
Yeah.
part of it is like if you were a judge, like if I was to be on the court, a jury person, I would have to remove myself because of all the videos I've seen where she's mean. I couldn't give a
You're
fair
biased
thing.
now.
Right. I'd be like, I can't. She seems so mean in all these. She's so mean to that pregnant lady.
Yeah, that's what I always think about.
I'm like, I can't be on your side right now. But if you watch the documentary on Max, it's pretty good too. And I think they try to do it evenly, but I still think you lean towards Baldoni after the documentary. Yeah.
I feel like people have a bad taste in their mouth about Blake Lively the way they do about the space mission that happened.
Yeah, they're just a little out of touch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. A little out of touch.
Yeah.
Hello, it is Ryan, and I was on a flight the other day playing one of my favorite social spin slot games on ChumbaCasino.com. I looked over at the person sitting next to me, and you know what they were doing? They were also playing Chumba Casino. Coincidence? I think not. Everybody's loving having fun with it. Chumba Casino is home to hundreds of casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere, even at 30,000 feet. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com to claim your free welcome bonus. That's ChumbaCasino.com and live the Chumba life.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.